Hey warrior, welcome back to 30 Days to End Emotional Eating. Almost forgot the name of my own program. It's a long one. So this week has been kind of an intro into what is emotional eating and why do we do it. The last few days we've covered, are you emotional eating, why it's a problem, if it's a problem, and why it's important to shift our focus from weight loss and aesthetics and calorie restriction and dieting onto shifting and changing our behavior to help us feel better from an overall perspective. And today, I wanted to really get into the step-by-step reflection with action steps, with tactical things that it takes to really do the work in ending your struggle with emotional eating, binge eating, mindless eating. This is a certain time that I'm recording this where a lot of people I've been speaking to online and my students have been telling me that everything feels heightened. Their anxiety is higher than ever. They feel very uncertain about a lot of different things, and they have noticed that they are mindlessly eating more regularly than they were, and even the progress that they have completed is being challenged. I even have people who have moved over the last few months who have changed, something in their life has changed, and so therefore their routine has changed, what has felt familiar has changed, what they knew has changed, and so they sort of feel a little loss of control and therefore have gone back to their old coping mechanism of eating to regain that sense of control. But they know at the end of the day, it's not what's really working. It's not giving them what they need. So in this next series of videos I'm gonna make for the next about 6 or 7 videos, we're gonna break down each step and talk about it. So in this step, we're gonna talk about the first thing that, of course, is in any transformation, and that is awareness. Bringing awareness to what it is that you really do need, that you're using food to cope with. And this might be a hard one because I can rattle off, a list of 6 or 7, 8 different things of why we do what we do, why we have our coping mechanisms, why we keep these patterns in our lives when we know in the long term they're not serving us. But it's hard to acknowledge this sometimes because it's painful. There's a reason why we have coping mechanisms, because they are there to protect us. And sometimes being aware of what we actually need is going to bring to light the pain that comes along with that, or the grief, or the feeling of unsureness, fear, loss of sensing the loss of control. And that can be hard to face when we don't necessarily have an answer or feel like we know how to handle that or know what to do. But even so, I am going to dive into this with you because it's important. It's important for you. It's a very important part of the process for you to start your recovery, because ultimately, if we're not going to use food to stuff down our emotions, we need to acknowledge our emotions. We need to acknowledge what it is that we truly need. So once you have really started to take care of the physiological aspect of emotional eating, and you are eating regularly, you are fueling your body so that your mind and body is not acting from a place of starvation mode where it's triggering these eating urges because it thinks that you're literally starving, like you are not getting enough calories, and so the body sort of impulses you to eat because its main function is to keep you alive. So once you're eating regularly and you feel I am getting enough calories throughout the day in a way that does sustain me and give me energy, then we want to also look to this. What is it that we're really needing when we think we're hungry for food, but really we are hungry for something else. So we use food, this coping mechanism, to avoid pain. We use it to gain immediate pleasure, to get that serotonin spike just by having the food touch your tongue. The process really does spike our serotonin and our dopamine levels, giving us an immediate sense of reward. We do it to create some certainty when we feel like things around us are very uncertain. We do it to gain some comfort in times of uncertainty. It's something that we can control in a weird way, when we can't really surrender, when we won't allow ourselves to surrender, that there is a lot of stuff outside of our control, and it's okay. It is also something chronic stress will bring about from the physiological standpoint. It's something we do to disconnect from ourselves, from an uncomfortable feeling, an uncomfortable situation, a situation where we cannot solve the problem. We can't solve it. We don't necessarily know how to climb this huge mountain, and we're just looking up at it like, peace out, I'm going to the camp, I'm going to the hole to eat. Procrastinating a task that you have limiting beliefs about taking on, procrastinating a task that feels very big and overwhelming. So how do we start to figure out what we really need? Well, we have to first and foremost be open to it. We have to be open to accepting what it is that we really need. A great way to sort of get this out of your subconscious is to journal. Take out a journal or type it up or write it in a note section of your phone and kind of just let your thoughts start to swirl. You could start with the most arbitrary statement like, today I woke up late, or I had coffee for breakfast today. And you just let what's gonna come out without editing, without trying to make it sound a certain way. No one's going to read it but you. But ultimately your goal is to kind of let all of this superficial stuff come out, and then you'll see what starts to come out after 10-20 minutes of just kind of writing what's on the surface so that you can get to what's below the waterline. And we all know, imagine that picture of the iceberg, right? And just like the tip of the iceberg, like the very top triangle is above the water, and everything that's submerged, the huge part of the iceberg, the chunk, the really root of it, the deep part of it, that's what we're looking to get after. It's a serious question. These things run deep. So maybe it's something that you have buried. Maybe it's something you haven't wanted to give attention to. Maybe it's just something that has been on your mind for the last few weeks or months, but admitting it means something big, something that you're gonna have to take action on, and you don't know if you're ready to do that. Even if you're not ready to take action on it, bringing acknowledgement to that thing is going to serve you. You won't take action until you're ready to, and that's okay. Whatever is there to discover, you are resilient, you are capable of handling it, and even if you don't know what to do right away or how to proceed in the moment, the thing you can always count on is coming back to your values, the things that are most important to you, the things that help you ground yourself. One of those things for me is movement. Hello? I mean, I talk about it every day. Moving my body in a way that's going to get my heart rate up, give my brain a break from trying to problem solve. Another great way is just the breath work. There's so many different types of breath work, different types of nostril breathing, yes, different types of inhale, exhale, holds, etc. You are capable of feeling fulfilled, and you are worth feeling fulfilled, truly having your soul fulfilled. And you deserve to feel enough. You deserve to feel full, wholesomely full. Every day is a challenge, and maybe you feel like every moment's a challenge right now, but you have a light inside of you that is going to help you fight through this really hard stuff. And I promise what you are resisting is where the work that you need to do lies. So even if you just start to open that up little by little and sit with yourself in support, in kindness, with compassion, and unpack it little by little, that mountain will you'll start to not see the full mountain. You'll start to see just the little step that you can try in front of you and take in front of you, and that will reveal itself. So even on the days where it feels really hopeless, you feel really helpless and powerless, know you're capable of doing the hard thing. You're capable of thinking about what it is that you really need and finding a way to fill that need for yourself. Sometimes I don't have the answers for myself. I know that sitting in front of the TV and just kind of binge watching the TV, and then, I want snacks when I do that, I know that that's not going to help me feel better in the long run, but I don't necessarily know what it is I need right in the moment. But the thing that I do know for sure is that I'm not going to figure it out by sitting in that environment. The only ways I've shown myself to figure it out is to get outside, to walk and just observe what I am sensing, to connect to my senses, what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, what I'm experiencing, smelling, feeling. Journaling does this for me. Sometimes listening to great music really can help pull these emotions out of me when I don't really know. Journaling, I just keep going back to because it is such a powerful revealer. So I just highly, highly encourage you. If that's something that's not familiar for you, then I would just begin. You can't do it wrong. You really can't. So those are the things that I personally do in addition to movement to really help to get out of my head and to get into that deeper part of me and really start to acknowledge what is it that I need? What do I need to be fulfilled with? Is it that I need more alone time? Is it that I need to be surrounded by people that I love? Do I just need more energy, different energy around me? Have I been cooped up too long? Do I need to get outside in some fresh air and connect to something real, something alive? Do I need to get off the screen and go and just do something else with my brain for a little bit? Do I need to move? Do I need to nourish myself? Do I need to organize my space? Do I need to meditate? Do I need time to just kind of clear my head? Do I need to have a conversation that I have been avoiding? Do I have responsibilities that I've been avoiding? So first and foremost, acknowledging what this is, bringing awareness to it, and then the next step is figuring out what to do about it. But even so, you don't have to figure out what to do about it. Sometimes just saying, okay, this is the thing. This is the thing that I need to do. I know I need to do it. And then even just inviting the help guide me to the next right step in navigating how to handle this is a much more compassionate way to approach this need and connecting to yourself versus using food or something else to disconnect and distract you from it. So just to refresh, step number 1, learning to be aware of what it is that you really need and acknowledging it, bringing awareness to it, and then we can move from there. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about step 2 in this process, and specifically we're going to talk about having a strong why to drive your change in behavior, and also how to find your leverage, that pain point and that pleasure point that's going to encourage you to make that change over and over and over again. It's powerful and it's personal to each of us. So that's what we have to get into tomorrow. The document is below. That is going to have all the worksheets for the next 30 days on it, so make sure you go grab that. And then also the guide to overcoming nighttime overeating, which is totally free. It's like a 15-page guide that I wrote up, is available, and I will shoot you that email as soon as you sign up for it. So both of those links are right below this video. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye, guys.